Hey everyone, got a lot of really positive feedback from my last video. I do have to say, unfortunately, we did lose the data from the last game. I know maybe some of you guys remember, but I had the level 40 Gimli, the Legolas with all the upgrades and the like. Sorry to say that things have changed in that world, and I had to pretty much start from square one. And kind of climb my way back up to some semblance of I don't know, where I was before, the empire I had before, I don't know. So you'll notice both of them camped out at Thillian North. That's pretty much par for the course. To be honest, I haven't really taken a look at the game in a little while. Shouldn't be much of a surprise with that kind of a start, but let's take a look at what we got hitting the bank here. Brocade, Cloak the Crow. I think I'm in it for the dodge. Heavy Pot Helm, didn't get much. Blood Vein, it's got the HP regen. Here I got the Coal Black Dynasty Bow of Weathertop. The plus 10 damage to Nazgul is pretty cool. I think if you remember from the other video, I had the was it the Ebony Dynasty Bow of the Wolf? Or the Blackbone Dynasty Bow of the Wolf. Really a pretty kick-ass rig there, but I got a couple wrappings with the HP regen and whatnot, so definitely not quite where I was the previous time. I don't even have Silence Stride maxed out, so I really, I don't even have Spread Fire. Yeah, I mean, this is just absolutely pretty embarrassing, but, needless to say, yeah. I mean, I'm still playing the game, I guess, you know, so it's definitely taken a bit of a turn. Shining Helm of Jay Sunbay. If you want resistance, I got it. An S-Talk, Pirates Wrappings. Well, that's pretty sick. 25% treasure. 2 blues now, folks. Nice Winter Cloak. I do want to get that Entwater. If you don't mind, just nab that. Okay, let's get a little practice here. I was a little rusty coming into that one. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to do something about this speed regeneration that I have. Definitely, or the spirit, I mean, sorry. That has got to make an improvement. That was a pretty embarrassing start, folks. Here we go. Yeah, you know, I mean, most of you guys are pretty familiar with the game. You kind of saw my playstyle before. Certainly not much has changed. I did a lot more reading this time around, and really got a hold of kind of the theory behind the game. Which was a big improvement. Here we got a Blackbone. It's certainly not Ebony Blackbone Dynasty Bow of the Wolves or whatever, but we'll take what we can get. Still kind of rolling on that Silent Stride theme, and interestingly enough, actually, I played the game Skyrim for a little while once upon a time, and I'll tell you what, I almost immediately gravitated towards this whole stealthy silent archer scheme that's kind of coming out here, and I really don't think it's a coincidence. I think it's kind of like just part of my DNA or whatever. Well, maybe my gaming DNA, I guess. Not certainly not. I don't have these skills in real life, but just something I'm gravitated towards as a theme in a game where you just kind of can command a battlefield with poise, you know, like as Legolas, like, just absolutely knocks it out of the park. And then I was a Bosmer wood elf back in the Skyrim days. Fudge. I was a Bosmer, and then, you know, what they do is they just hop on the that stealthy archer scene. Let's hop on the Gimli, see what we got here in the bank. Nothing that good. Willow Cloak of Law, so we're sitting on... Really? See, this doesn't... Yeah, he's such a poorly developed character, goods-wise, compared to who I used to have. 25% treasure, 30%. I don't know if you remember, but I had an amulet that ended up bumping us up to 90. I had 90% treasure, so big letdown here. And just think of it, folks. I mean, like, I started. I had to change my phone when the last Gimli was at level 40, and this one's a 32. So I mean, you can imagine how much effort I would have put into this, and just to think if I had been able to spend just a little more time on the last Gimli, like where I would have been, and maybe I would have picked up the Narsil, and that would have been a pretty big improvement, I gotta say. So, well, just it would have been hitting the goal. I think you guys probably remember maybe a couple comments in the comment section about finding Narsil, or you know, if I could do a reaction video if I found it. Sorry to say, not only did it not happen, I definitely didn't get to make the video for it. But I'm still not. Just take a look here. But yeah, needless to say, kind of shed a tear for how much time I could have spent wasting on my level 40. Maybe even bump them up to a level 50 or so. And think of what I could have found with all that extra treasure capacity. Maybe a couple good items. But Old Dwarf Axe, for those who are confused. 30% treasure, EXP bonus, 25% critical. That's a hurtin'. Blood Pirates. That's always a really good item, and another Blood Pirate. So that's 90. That's not bad. 60% treasure, the Shadowed Buckler of the Fates, and another of the Fates. So maybe his numbers aren't so bad. 16, 60, 120, and 90. That makes us 210. 210 plus 30. That's 240, plus 30 is 270, plus 25 is 295. So we're getting there. We're getting there, folks. Oh boy, but here's the critical flaw. It's kind of all coming back to me now. I am remembering that unfortunately the jacket I've got on is just 2 melee and 2 missiles, so this thing gets me in a pickle quick. And to even compound it further, the hood. Look at this, folks. 1 critical armor. What the hell? -5 defense. I am so on my heels when I'm playing as this character. And in fact, this might be exactly the reason that I kept some of these backup items. And I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm all about maxing out my treasure, but I mean, I'm wearing fucking Solarettes. You know what I mean? Those are pretty well armored, but I'm even entertaining keeping these pirates wrappings around because, you know, I just am very poorly equipped in this game, and you know, I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses, folks, but it's just, you know, I guess I've got maybe a bit of a soft spot for my previous game where I had a lot more things that I liked. And just, you know, just like Skyrim or whatever, this is an items game. And you know, it's going to come out pretty often that you got things that are helpful and they're going to help you. And you've got these garments and stuff, and you know, I think it really makes a big difference. So all in all, it was really fun getting him to 32. A lot of really fun moments in the Mines of Moria. I do have a lot of qualms with that as a level. We can hop down there and take a look if you don't mind. Let's just go ahead and quit game. No sense. I didn't find anything cool, so we'll do a load game. Sorry, bonus. Gimli, Moria. Let's do normal. Let's just do a quick blitz. Nothing too fancy. Let me talk. I'm just gonna do a green run, as I call it. Let's check out this great thing. No, nothing good. I'm gonna bypass all these guys. These guys are just gnats, essentially. They don't really do much. Not finding a lot of good items. Pretty typical, I guess, but you dump down to the shrine. Ditch that, and ditch that. Let me just max out. Never. Might as well. And just a reminder, people, whoever's tuned in, we are only going for the, well, I'm only trying to go for the green guys. Obviously that, and here, this guy blitzed through the wall. Well, this is kind of a tender underbelly, as the expression goes, so you might as well get while the getting's good. So, what's this? Mordecai staff. So let's run down, sell all these goods. I don't know if you remember, the previous Gimli was just sitting there eating, arrow fire. Was really without any issue whatsoever. This is most obviously not that character. Now there's a couple greenies back here. Bloody pot helm. Try this on. Yeah, no thanks. Here's another guy, another captain. There's a few more up here. He's lurking. Boiled leather. 41 gems. Paltry sum. Tender underbelly again. Forgive my deviation from our previously described plan. I feel like I'm pretty well warmed up, folks, back in the saddle. Things are starting to come together. Cumbersome boiled leather, in case you weren't sold enough. Here's where they're at. This is where the... Oh. Oh, you can't lob them at them. There you go. Back off. Black coif. What do we got? Where you at? What do you got? What do you got? That's it? Oh. I thought there was like a gang of like 4 of them. Oh well. I know we'll find something. Ooh! An orc drum. Gotta get rid of it. Is this level with the spiders? Yeah, cool. So we'll have a little fun with the spiders here. I always have a lot of... Actually, I always have a lot of fun with the spiders. Let's go beat these motherfuckers up. Come down here. There, you can hear their little scampers. Dig up. Let's do ground pound. I got set up for ground pounder. Like taking candy from an ant farm. They don't even do damage, I don't think. I mean, well, yeah. Too much. Let's spice things up a little bit. Just get down here in the thick of things. Just like this is textbook Gimli style too, which I think is kind of fun. You just kind of get sucked into some corner, fighting for your life, and what's cool about him is you can kind of make it out of those situations. I think that's kind of what he's designed to be, is just a bit of a tank. Well, not even a bit. He legit. I mean, he doesn't disappoint. He can really take a punch. Let's see what we got up here. Rugged leaf sword. Old court sword. For those of you who are courting. Okay. Elven arrows. And free ringnail. Bony back bow. An adventurer's bargain. Let's take a gamble. Falchion. Mocha shawl. Never worth it, folks. This is like that gambling shit in the original Pokemon game. Like where you had to buy a Porygon for 10,000 coins and you could only buy them in increments of 50. Or you could try and win it all at the slots. And even the slots sucked. So that was a bit of a fucking pest. One time I had a couple spare Game Boy games, and I put a lot of effort into doing the 151, catching all 151, no cheats allowed, no rare candies allowed, and man, did I have a fucking freight train team. Let me tell you what my sleepers were. Lapras. Actually, so Lapras, I had him taught. I taught him. He learns Ice Beam, and I taught him Psychic, and I taught him Surf, and oh god, there was one more move he had, but Thunderbolt, I think. Thunderbolt. So he literally had like all these different. I mean, he really encompassed all these different styles, and man, he could kick ass. He could pretty much take down anything with that skill set. Psychic. I mean, he had Psychic. He had Surf. And, I mean, Blizzard, take down any flying type, or the Ice Beam, and man, he was kick-ass. So that was really good, and I had a lot of fun with Taurus, actually. I taught him Body Slam, and what else? I don't know, a few other ones, but that was a lot of fun to play, actually. But yeah, sometimes you just kind of get on those kicks. Used wrappings, gently used. Oiled chain gloves, cutlass, broadsword, anything looking good. Here we go. Let's get right into the greenies here. Actually, I am so sorry. I have completely abandoned our original mission, and I have just started playing this like I normally do. I mean, hopefully you guys don't have much to do. I have to move in 2 days, so I got plenty to do, but I want to take a little break. Only day at work, so I want to take a little time. Nab the items. I'm not even seeing red, folks. Just, I mean, you know as well as me, but it's just a bunch of garbaggio, so. Ooh, long title. Gambling. Cumbersome. It's cumbersome. Let's ditch it. Dish to fish. 152 gems. Not even Adventurer's bargain worthy. Actually, if you were counting, those were 164 gem purchases. 1, 2. This is a good bloodbath. Classic Gimli bloodbath. Come over here, red boys. Well, I do have it on easy, so don't get that impressed. I'll probably see a couple comments here right after the video goes up of some of you guys saying, "Wow, this guy's really kicking butt," but don't. I mean, I'm still on normal mode, I think so. I actually have never really like put a lot of time into it, but I'm almost certain that this well never stops putting out spiders, so I'm gonna stop doing that, or else you guys will be here for a while. And I know I'm about to walk off the map, so let me go ditch that stuff that I just picked up, because you know how treasure hunting goes, and I'm a man of my way, and this is how I've been doing things for a while, so I'm gonna ditch it. Because I can't remember if this next map is the one that's got the 2 statues. I really wanted to read that, but I screwed that up. So whichever one's got the 2 statues and the peninsulas with the greens guarding the levers, it's got the giant troll. Whew, this is it. Yep, this is it. And the spiders kind of monkey chase you. So let's just take a look around here. This is a bloodbath. Ooh, a dynasty bow. What does the servants do? 5 hit points. That's not that impressive. Oh, these gem finds are 70 gems. I mean, isn't it crazy how these games change as you're playing it? That like, I'm almost willing to turn away 70 gems. And when I was, you know, when the character itself, I suppose not me, but the character is a neophyte. Excuse me. I mean, he would go nuts if he saw 70 gems. That's like such a treat. And here you are, it's just like total, you know, day in the life. There they go, come scampering down just like the film. Threw a few of those. The designers definitely threw a few of those in for the fans. Just picking up a couple of classics. Let's see what we got. 120 gems. Not a lot of money on this haul, folks. God dang it. I don't know what it is that has me picking up such shitty treasure. I can't tell if this is like a level-based thing where my Gimli in the other game was hitting level 40, but I just find garbage. So here we are with this troll. Look at these just shitty shoes and shitty garments, and what a disappointment. What's down here? Smelly Lamellar. Look at this guy's face. It looks like, to me, it looks like his eyes are looking the wrong direction, like the guy from Mr. Deeds. Was it Mr. Deeds? When Steve Buscemi was in Mr. Deeds and his eyes were going different directions or whatever. I was looking at that squirrel over there. And it was the goat. That's kind of how I felt when you play this game and you're like the graphics and the isometric view. I mean, God, if a game came out like this nowadays, I'd just be like, it'd get laughed on. But I certainly still have a lot of fun playing. I mean, I suppose it's a bit of a beat 'em up, kind of like I don't know, is that a shoot 'em up genre? It's just, it's pretty redundant. Let's get through these mines. I'll do a little playthrough of the mines. I know a couple comments in the last video, people asking for, when are we gonna get that mines playthrough? Well, here it is. Didn't plan it to be this way. I didn't even. Sorry, folks. I'm still abandoning my previous mission. I was supposed to only be looking at the green guys. Back to the mission. So we'll run over here. My faithful trefoil arrow leaf is pointing me in the right direction. Let's lay ham to these gentlemen. Ex-gentlemen. Ragged. The poleaxe is ragged. Let's come down here and find a place to spend our money. Whoa. Hey, that looks kind of cool. Where can I sell my shit at? Let me just dig something. I don't want to pass that up. I wonder if I can find any good ones, good names. See if this great thing. Oh, I can't remember. Great. I thought. Sorry, folks. I showing my inexperience, or at least my how out of the game I am. But that was a gaffe. I thought that great was one of the names that accompanies something that's got a treasure bonus, but I certainly was mistaken. Sorry for the disappointment. No, I'm seriously going way out of my way here. I should just go right here, and then there's this. There you go. Gosh. Wow. It's like, why do I even pick these items up? There was one item on there that was an adventurer's bargain. This is like how endemic a treasure hunting has become to like my existence in this game. I mean, like, when you really sit down and think about it, like, what are you actually doing? I'm taking a game that was made, I think 2 decades ago at this point. Almost 2 decades ago. And I am sitting here playing it, and not only have I beat it, you know, every way, 6 ways from Sunday, as they say, but I'm playing it back in time, and I'm picking up items that I know are not worth anything, and I'm proceeding to sell them. The Hood of Chaos. It's like my friend used to make fun of me for doing the same thing in Skyrim, and he said, you're just playing Medieval Market Simulator. And certainly some of the elements of medieval life are here, but unfortunately this is not medieval life. This is a fantasy world, but it's, I mean, heavily based on medieval stuff. And so we're about to squat up against this monster troll here, so those of you who have kind of grown weary with boredom, this is about to get spicy. Oh! What did I do wrong? I mean, these things are all, these precursors are all bad. It's like shoddy, shithole, don't pick me up. It should literally just say, Andrew, just don't pick this up. And I'd still pick it up out of habit. Old, smelly, cumbersome, shoddy, inferior, hardened. Okay, that's not so bad. I literally had shoddy, shithole, poop stained, dipey butt. I had every prefix was there. There's some fucking lever in here I keep forgetting about. What do we got? There it is. Alright, now we're gonna play. This is, sorry for the delay. We're beelining. Alright. Let's party. We got full health. We got full items. Not that that really means anything. Let's make sure we're on ground pound. Squad up. Hey, that didn't go so bad. Again, folks, don't get too excited. Not only am I not good, or do I not have good items, but I'm also on normal mode. So let's get rid of these. I'm sure I have something that's shoddy or shitty or ballin. Old flanged mace. Thanks for the old mace. Arsenic and old mace. Elder. I also kind of shed a unacknowledged tears for all the times that I stood over top of something that, you know, for instance, this cumbersome round shield, there could have been some, like, you know, wheatstone faringa underneath of it that's worth its weight in diamonds, and, you know, or perhaps, you know, not to get too sentimental, but another Blackbone Dynasty Bow of the Wolf. And then I just miss it because I'm in such a haste. That's kind of the nucleus of I'd say my gaming habit. Like those when people make fun of baby boomers for like hoarding random shit, like you just hoard bubble gum. Like, why do baby boomers have so much junk in their house? And it's because they, well, certainly not baby boomers, but people who have the depression. Sorry, surprise the depression. Survive the depression. They, you know, are just so used to having, well, they had this experience, a formative, or at least an experience during their formative years of lack, and they understand the, you know, it's worth it to have all this junk, because when unfortunately, if one of, you know, in the span of humanity, when next time something goes wrong, they're going to at least have 75 kilograms of bubblegum to get through the night. Anything good here? Fisherman's wrappings. That just means you're fast. Shoddy, worn. I'm just wallowing in the gore. Let's just take a look. So, you know, if you're wearing like sandals or whatever and walking through this bloodbath and just imagining Gimli like standing like wrist deep. Ooh, I think Of the Mountains is something good. No, goddamn. How are you gonna have a Fisher Gauntlet of the Mountains? Like one fishing boat on some fucking icy pond, like Lake Tahoe. Whatever, guys. Alan Quatermain. You're getting attacked by the flies. What was that? The Trollkin. It's gonna get exciting here in a second, as our good friend Selena Kyle once said. It'll liven up in a minute. Nortrum. Pro tip, you might not notice this, but these guys only have the ability to get the eye bigger. They cannot tip it over the edge. So I know the designers wanted you to be a little freaked out here, but you don't have to worry. These guys are just going to bang their drum, and then it'll go away. So don't worry about this all that much, folks. You know, I mean, we're really close to that salesman hole, so I'll go dump my shit, make a little money. Hobbit's quarterstaff, turquoise clogs. None of that stuff really looked particularly appealing. Let's kill this guy at a principle. Kill his might at a principle. Okay, this is definitely not your father's map. This is one that's got a whole host of beasts. Rugged wrappings, I'll probably ditch those. Unfortunately, for some stupid reason, they didn't just put some kind of a shrine in here where you can sell your shit at, because you just get absolutely swamped with goods. And Snow Gray, there's something good about Snow Gray. What was that again? Oh, it's got a lot of defense, looks like. That's pretty cool. And, I mean, there's just goons all... I mean, this map is just flooded with these little wenchy guys. And what a pain in the ass. And they got a lot of those... Unfortunately, they have a lot of those things where the box explodes. They kind of booby trap it. I haven't quite... There's so much about treasure hunting I haven't figured out. Like, that I think I find items that are... I think Boatsman's good for something. Let me check this if we give that. Where, like, you kind of find items of a similar nature to certain areas, like things of the mountains, in the mountains, merchant's plated, gem finder, yeah, I don't want that, fisherman's scale, merchant's chain. See, you know, if I was in the gemming business, I mean, what the hell is the point of a gem? Like, once you get to a certain point, like, you're better off just finding treasure and selling it. Or maybe not, I mean, I don't know, but perhaps I could do, like, a global look at if I play for an hour, only picking up gems and not selling anything. Can I make more money doing that than I can if I actually sell the items as I pick them up? But I mean, see, this is, that could be pretty useful somewhere, so I'm gonna ditch that, because this has got the 3, oh, I don't want 3 HP regen, that's not really helpful. Rugged wrappings. Let me just get the fuck out of here. Sorry guys, this is pretty boring. We'll wrap this up. We'll get right through these guys. I know. It's even on, yeah, it's just on normal. I mean, really nothing that special. Camouflage. Remember, don't be afraid. The guy is, he's just bluffing. He doesn't have, you have no power here. So I kind of mix my movies. The true line with that voice would be, and this gives you power over me. I paid you a small fortune. Alright, we're gun running this green room, as I call it, which it's probably not a technical name, but I could see that being difficult if I wasn't on normal mode. For winter, gray cutlass. Roll around in the cutlass. See, so I mean, just another lackluster performance. So you can see why this game sometimes gets pretty tiresome. What's the word? Repetitive. And to think that I've done this for 32 levels is really pretty impressive. I mean, it definitely doesn't compare to the Scorpion King game I've got. That has been the bane of my life. Well, we can actually jump over to that if you guys have time. I think I do. Bear with me for just a minute while we finish the credits here. Alright. Let's go start. Sorry, gotta remember how to use this emulator. We'll go to close. Close. Okay, what can I load? Mickey's Racing? Nope. I've got to go to my old boy. Old boy! I think I said... You guys would get a real surprise here. I don't think any of you guys jumped into a Lord of the Rings Game Boy game expecting to see Mickey's Racing, but you do. This, unironically, absolutely one of my favorite soundtracks. So I'll just breeze you guys through the game here. You can jump between the characters in Mickey's world. Here I am as Goofy. Goofy in the middle here. It's me turning left and right. The guy in the bottom right is one of what's his name? Bluto. what's the bad guy's name? I don't know. One of his cronies or whatever. He calls them his cronies. I think I was in the process of trying to find this last nut. And if I found this last nut, then it would allow me to do something else. And these nuts, I think I did it, and then I got completely exhausted doing it. And then I broke it down, and I caved in, and I went online, and I looked up where they were, and I searched all those destinations, and it still didn't show up. And so I've like completely lost faith in my ability to beat this game. Not to mention, did I win all his races? I must have. We can go check. Pete's Mansion, sure. Let's go see it. It's probably some stupid bullshit about, you gotta have 10 nuts to run. No entry, you need 6 golden bones. So, sorry about that, folks. I don't have the golden bones I need. So I don't know how to get them, and I think I gotta do something stupid. Let's take a look. Can you even check? I got 0 golden bones. Oh, see, it's gonna be just a fucking mess. You can see how disappointed I am in my enthusiasm for this game. We'll just go ahead and try one of these dig-a-thons with this goddamn dog. So he kind of like runs around or whatever, and you just go in this place, back and forth, collect all bones. And everything kills you. Everything kills you. If you land on a rock wrong, it kills you. This is an alarming tunneling rate. So watch what happens here. This actually is going to kill me if I don't do this exactly right. You see that rock just tumbled. If I was there, I'd be dog food. Do dogs get sick eating other dogs? I don't know. So here it's trying to bait you. It wants you to, if I turned right here, I think it would kill me. But if I go down one, I'm good. So, yippee! Do I get a golden bone? What do I get from this? Is it just fun? Level complete. Does it tell me no golden bones? Nothing. Jesus fucking Christ. See, I don't even know how to get a golden bone. So, yeah. Obviously not a very exciting game. You just dig around and we'll find one that I lose at and you'll see why they're so goddamn difficult. And I avoid them like the bubonic plague. Pluto's Panic. Collect all the bones. See, here's this angry dog. I think you could time it so you blitz them. Yeah, see, I'm already dead. I don't know if there's a point to this, because I got a really good feeling. Oh God. Yeah, I mean, say what you want. I'm sure I'll hear about it in the comments, but I'm just really not that interested in doing this. I'm just more curious how to get these goddamn golden bones, and I think it has something to do with this dog. No, oh God damn it, what is it? This is like asking an old man to remember like the street name he was raised on. This is how I feel about this game. Was it Jackson or... No, it was Jefferson. It was Jefferson Street. Here we go. Let's go down to the post office. They'll say something like, oh, you need $30,000 hard cash, and you gotta find the office key. How do I do that? Oh, you gotta go buy it from those goddamn chipmunks. Let's try that. Let's go. They'll give me some advice. I think they give advice or something. And then we'll put an end to this misery. I'm there. Chipmunk land. Nope. Witches, bitches. Chipmunk land. Okay. How can you help? Tasty tips. Hidden nut. Tried digging around the dirt. I already did that. Tried digging in front of the cauldron. I already did that. They have more. Secret challenges. Challenge 3. Challenge 2. Challenge 1. We have a special key. It will allow you to access the post office. We will let you have it in exchange for 9 nuts. Fuck. So I have literally dug up every fucking patch of grass on this game to try and find this nut, and I swear to God, it hasn't shown up. And I think if members of my professional life, like the business and people, if they realize how many hours I have spent digging up for this one fucking emulated video game fucking Chippendale chestnut, then they certainly would have lost a great deal of respect for me. So whatever waning authority I may have had is just that, waning. It has waned. It has waned. So I mean, can you imagine like how much time you'd have to waste playing that stupid fucking dig up her bones game, and until you like knew it well enough to like do it by heart or whatever. I mean, what a disaster that could be. So this is it. In the other game, I'm just fucking smashing things with my Gimli character on normal mode, and in this game, I'm digging aimlessly in a fucking chipmunk park for an electronic Chippendale nut. So it's really no fucking mystery that Game Boy didn't last forever, right? I mean, it just games devolved into this, and you'll talk to a lot of purists who are like, it's good for kids to learn, which is true. When you're a kid on a car ride and you got a 47-hour drive to Nova Scotia, your parents could give you a game like this and you'd get lost sitting there and saying it's more exciting than looking out the window at traffic. But, I mean, fuck. Like, teaches you a little bit about dedication, sure. I can buy that. But, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, this is just... I literally went online and looked up the list and I still can't make it, so... Obviously, if you haven't noticed, I'm pretty frustrated with the outcome of this whole deal, so that's how it goes. Yeah, you're not really getting much. I think they don't even let me in this house. No, there's no dogs allowed in here. Go away. Roof, roof. Alright. You need 6 golden bones. Oh boy. So that's it, folks. That's all I got today. Hope you learned a little bit about the gaming world. What's the word? The nitty-gritty of grinding and gaming, and the aimless search. This is the electronic 7 cities of Cibola looking for these fucking nuts. So I certainly have exhausted my enthusiasm for all things rare. Disney, Mickey Mouse and his dog, his wife, his duck friend, a little money for your troubles. So yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. That's pretty much all the time I've got for today. Please leave a comment. I'd be happy to hear what you guys think. Maybe if you have an idea where the nut's at. If you want me to make another Disney video and do that 3-hour grind of digging up every patch of grass. Pretend I work for an earthworks contractor. I don't mind. It's just, I'm here for the fans. So please just go ahead and make a comment and we'll go from there. So anyways, have an awesome day, everybody. And thanks for tuning in. And I hope to have more material here in the next couple weeks. Don't get too excited, but once I remember my Scorpion King Sword of Osiris password that I had screenshotted, we'll hop in there and I'll show you the level that I can't get past in Scorpion King. What's here? What's here? What's here? What's the question mark? What the hell does that mean? You can't dig. Oh yeah, so let's not make haste, or not make waste from haste, or whatever the expression is. But alright, everybody, have a great night.